I started writing songs when I was 17 years old, and I remember writing my first song thinking it was actually kind of decent. When I look back at it now, it was actually pretty horrible. But even back then, I kind of knew there was so much room for improvement. I just kind of kept writing one bad song after another, and there were many times that I questioned myself. I kind of didn't understand why I had all these things in my head, but I couldn't write good lyrics for them. And that's what really made me determined. And I just started learning as much as I could. I wanted to learn how to be as good as writing songs as Billy Joe, Taylor Swift, and all these other people I looked up to. I stayed up really late a lot. I was watching YouTube videos, all these songwriting workshop videos, how to write good lyrics, how to write good melodies. And I just, even to this day, I still kind of try to do that all the time. I watched a bunch of documentaries, the American Idiot documentary, the Bullet in the Bible. I watched Taylor Swift's Journey to Fearless, Blink 182, All Time Low, and even Quattro and Broadway Idiot I watched too. Eventually I started to read lyrics to my favorite songs, and I wanted to learn as much as I could. I really listened carefully to pick up anything that I could use. Normally I hate reading, but I guess this was an exception. I did a bit of object writing too. Other than that, I just kept getting better at writing songs because I just sucked a lot and I wrote a lot. So the amount of bad songs I've written is a lot more than the songs I've been satisfied with. But I think that's normal for everybody. And I think it's really part of the process. You can't have good songs without having all the bad songs in between. I think writing the bad songs is part of how you get to writing good songs. The songs for this new album took about a year to write. I think I had like 3 of the songs written before the EP came out, but other than that, I wrote everything else after. There was this period of time where I felt like everything was clicking, and I was writing one good song after another. And I think that happened because during that period, I was really motivated. Because not only did I want to top the first EP, I was kind of set on that goal that I wanted the next record to be a full-length album. And I wanted every song to be important and crucial to the whole album, not just filler stuff like that. Beyond that, I think my anger motivated me a lot too. I really felt like I had something to prove to myself and others because I felt like I was being written off sometimes. And I was doubting myself a lot too, just like in the beginning. But all the time I kept hearing stuff like, oh, you can only write Green Day kind of songs, and everything you write sounds kind of like Kerplunk, and your songs are not punk, your songs are not pop punk, and that just really pissed me off. But I knew what the truth was, because I was writing new songs all the time on my own, and these judgments were pretty much based on just like 4 songs from her last EP. And I think since then my songwriting has grown a lot, and I'm really happy with the new songs because I was able to put all my influences in there pretty much. The songs are more melodic, and I think they really tell the stories pretty clearly. I really love Taylor Swift's writing style. It's kind of like simple, but it tells the story better than anybody else could. And that was really my main focus for all the songs on this album. But I didn't really try to force a certain sound, but I just let my songwriting naturally evolve on its own. And honestly, I've never really cared whether the songs are punk enough or whatever. I don't wake up and say like, oh, I'm gonna write a punk song today. I remember the first bassist I ever played with, he was like, yo, these songs that you're writing, this is exactly what real punks hate. And I was kind of just like, what's a real punk? Like, I always thought punk was more about like following your own path and being an individual and having freedom to do what you want without judgment. And people like him, I honestly think they're hypocrites. Like, come on, it's 2015. I think it's time to let your kind of thinking and judgment go. But yeah, I'm really excited for this next album, and I hope people can relate to it and they can connect to it and have maybe their own meaning to it too.